This is the dropping mechanism from Spirit Halloween. While simple to use in theory, most people aren't using it to its potential. And it's not your fault. Spirit doesn't advertise it to its potential. Today, we're going to solve two of the major issues of the dropping mechanism in the Undead Laboratory.
The night beckons.
The first issue we have is the load. This mechanism is rated for 3.3 pounds or 1.5 kilograms. The second issue is this cable. This cable is the motion sensor. It feels like it's 3 feet long or 1 meter, and seriously, who chose teal and white for a jump scare mechanism? Today, we're going to be building the dropping skeleton cage, and we're going to address both of these problems. This build started by locating 3 branches, ideally the largest one being 8 feet long. And then we're going to use twine to give ourselves a nice structure with plenty of support. This part will be unique to every project, so I'm not going to go into detail on it. This looks sufficiently tall. Next, we're going to build a cage. There are many guides on how to do this. These are commonly done using laundry baskets from the dollar store. These laundry baskets come with a ridge. The way I like to deal with it is I put the baskets 90 degrees off from each other. Next, we're going to flip the basket over and drill 2 holes into it. The holes need to be large enough for zip ties. I find it easiest to get my baskets in a position and then mark the holes with a Sharpie. We want to make sure that each basket has 8 holes. With that done, we're going to move on to spray painting. Although the project was different, Stiltbeast Studios has a great method for painting cages, and I highly recommend using that as the guide. With our cages painted, we're going to add our victim. A small 3-foot skeleton seems to work best in here. I personally like to use fishing line to get the arms into position. We can then connect the 2 halves and finish our assembly. We can now run zip ties through the holes we made earlier to secure everything together. At the top of the cage, we need a way to attach the chain. I chose to use a zip tie as this won't be super visible. Next, we need to mount our pulley block. I did this by first attaching it to some scrap wood. And now we mount it to our display. Now we can hang our caged skeleton. We want to make sure that the chain is really close to that pulley. The excess chain can be cut to length, or it can be used to add extra flair. Next, we're going to run some fishing line through our pulley and tie it to the top of our cage. We then drill a hole further down in the branch and place an eye bolt in it. I personally like to use a carabiner here, but that's not required. For the mechanism assistance, we string together rubber bands. I ordered these extra stretchy and strong rubber bands, but they are not required. All you need is something that gives you full length of the drop and plenty of slack. Having the carabiner here makes it much easier to attach the rubber bands. Depending on how heavy your load is, you might need to add more strings of rubber bands in parallel. Next, we want to grab our cage and temporarily raise it to our maximum drop height. I find a carabiner to be the easiest way. We take the fishing line we ran through the pulley block earlier and tie it to the end of our string of rubber bands. Again, for experimenting, the carabiners are the way to go. This might not always be the case, but fortunately I was able to run the excess fishing line from my rubber band string down to where I wanted to mount my drop mechanism. If this isn't the case for you, you simply need to run another fishing line from the top of the cage through the pulley and to the drop mechanism. At this point, I changed where I wanted to mount the drop mechanism. The important thing to remember when not hanging it vertically is that it needs to have plenty of support. I used zip ties and scrap wood to accomplish this. All that is left to do now is to run the sensor line to an ideal location. As we can see here, we have successfully upgraded the use of our drop mechanism. Our drop mechanism is entirely out of sight. The sensor is well hidden and can be in a far more ideal situation, far from the prop we want to drop. We are assisting our mechanism to be able to carry a heavier load, and the assistance is even hidden. Oh, and by the way, I added fishing weights to the bottom of the cage. That is how confident I am with this method. With a little bit of planning, this method can be used in all kinds of situations. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this video gave you some ideas of how to improve your dropping props. If you liked this video or feel you learned something, hit that like button and consider subscribing, or check out one of our other videos.
Haunted laboratory, dark and cold. Stories of the night here unfold.